likely in the future, women will take over and they will take care of everything. Not like they're our slaves, they'll just be running the country. Now men will probably be in work camps, some kind of situation like that. Maybe some will be picked out for, to use their DNA for breeding. Clearly I'd be used as breeding stock, I hope. Well, I'm pretty old. But it won't be done the old-fashioned way. They'll just like make you jerk it in a cup or even hook you up to an AccuJack or something. It's possible. It's possible, sort of like a veterinary farm, where men are just treated that way just for breeding purposes. Yeah, I'm going to the work camp. They'll probably take me and people like my age, and we'll have to work at the cemetery digging graves, so it's just sort of easier. Like when we're old, we die. Well, Charlie just dug that grave for that dude, but Charlie just croaked, just throw him in there. That's where the old people work. Who knows? Maybe they use us like Soylent Green, Like the women, all the chicks that live in the good part of the United States and run the world and everything, like they're eating good food, Pate, lobster, drinking champagne. And the men, we're stuck eating Soylent Green. And that's all we're good for, is the work camp and our, jizz. It could happen. It could. You know what else could happen is the gray aliens could show up tomorrow and, just destroy our planet. Or, once again, put us in zoos and work camps, stuff like that. Maybe that's what the women do when they take like most of the country, and then all the men have to live in like some shithole state like Arkansas. Paw trees, when they change in the fall, they go like that bright yellow color. It's a crazy looking tree. This one did good this year. It's way over 7 foot. This one might fruit next year. I'm pretty sure it will. Freezing in New York. Well, not freezing. It's in the 40s. It sucks. I'm trying to put on this roof. I have all this shit to do. I'm using cap sheeting. It's sticky, so you want it above 50 degrees. I can't put it on today. It blows. And then I was thinking, whoa, it's awfully cold. And I'm like, yeah, it's almost October 15th. That's why I'm trying to finish all this shit up. I got snow coming. I have snow coming. I don't want a problem. I just need, come on, give me 55 degrees. That's all I need. Mango, you want a bath? Yeah, I'd like to see you try and do that. Oh, you do? You are getting a bath. You got all kinds of stuff in your hair, Mango. Yeah, all right, let's do that. That sounds awesome, Caine. I can tell instantly when somebody contacts me that they have no intention of having me train their dog. What they're doing is they want to make themselves feel better, so they contact the dog trainer so that they can feel like they're doing something. There's always this like big long list of problems that they're having with their dog, asking like, do I have any insights? Or do I have to, they'll say something like this person just said, or do I have to get a loan out to, get my dog to have you work with my dog? I don't know if you have to get a loan out, but if you have already been to my website and you saw the price, why are you even contacting me? And then I always hear it at the end. What about payment plans? You know what your payment plan is? It's with your credit card. Okay? You could use PayPal. You want a payment plan? Really? Okay. So you really had a lot of intention. You people that do this, you really do want your dog trained by somebody, don't you? It's so clear you don't. People that want their dog trained and want me to work with their dog, that one, they don't quibble about the price. Think about this Pawpaw that went over 7 feet this year. This is my largest tree. I have ones of the same age, but this one got mowed over, I think two summers in a row, or maybe it did one summer, and then maybe I just saw like a leaf sticking up the second summer. That was it. So its roots grew, but nothing else grew. Now it's my tallest. It's good. I have three trees that are of the same age. This one this got mowed over too, and I thought that it was totally gone, and then a few years back I saw a pawpaw leaf sticking up out of the grass. I'm like, oh, look at that, I still have a pawpaw tree. So this one's about 5 feet tall, something like that. It might flower this coming spring. It might, but it might not. I think it will. Yes, it will, because it has flower buds. It puts the flower buds on, right, the year before, so it will flower this spring. Can it hold? Here's another flower bud. Now this is the only pawpaw tree that I have that I did not mow over. I mean, out of those three. So this one, it grew a little bit this year, not a ton. This is the least it's grown in a season, but I see a huge difference in that it's covered with flower buds. Absolutely covered. And the other thing that I noticed, it did grow some. It grew 6 inches. But it gained in sort of like bulk or girth. If you could see, it sort of has like a different appearance with the bark than all the other trees. It's looking like a mature tree. Like, do you see this? See, it's starting to look like the bark of a tree. It no longer sort of looks like a sapling. It has a real thick trunk too. The trunk is totally bumped up. You know, it's a lot bigger. It's a lot thicker. One thing that I haven't seen coming off of this tree is root suckers, which is good because that's sending the energy someplace that we don't need it. But I mean, it does. It has a different appearance. Like look at the bark on it now. It looks like a real tree. And of course, it is a tree, so it looks like a real tree. But I mean, it has a different look to it. There's this other element that I get with people contacting me is like, I don't know. It's worse if somebody you can't contact me by phone anymore. Now my phone's unlisted. So if I see an email where it looks like it's somebody that's crazy, I'm not going to even pick up the phone, man. I've had people that just want to talk to me. They're just trying to keep me on the phone to talk to me. Like, what do they think I'm going to do? Like, do shtick that I would do on YouTube? I'm not, well, I am sort of like that. It's me. It's Peter. But you have to understand that when I'm doing something and I'm doing a video, I'm putting it out on YouTube, there's an element of entertainment. Okay? So what you see, like Trump says, what you see and hear might not be exactly the truth. Except if it has to do with dog training or Bigfoot research. Then what I say, take it as the Bible. It's the truth. Common thing with, I notice like Trump people, I'm a Republican, I'm not a Trump supporter. They do this like, well, what about? And I see pundits do this too. Like, you're talking about one thing and then they bring up something completely different. And I had posted this video, and it was like professionally done. It was some kind of news agency or something. They were interviewing Trump supporters at a Trump rally, and in particular, they were talking about the Me Too movement, and it was hysterical. These women were like, you know, well, I don't want that happening to my brother or my husband, or, you know, like, there better be proof. And anybody can make an accusation. That doesn't mean that it's true. And the whole thing with Brett Kavanaugh is really, it was not a court of law, and he wasn't proved innocent It wasn't court. It was a job interview. It didn't matter anyway. But anyway, to make a long story short, I noticed that Trump supporters and even pundits, they always do the same thing. It's always like, well, what about? You know? We're talking about one thing, and then like I have this, you know, on Facebook, a Facebook friend that's like a Trump supporter, and she's like, well, what about Hillary Clinton? You know, she pretty much inspired, you know, I'm like, so she pretty much, so you're just making shit up. She didn't say anything even remotely to what you're saying, but you're just like, Hillary Clinton is not running for office. She's a citizen, okay? You people that support Trump should get over this. It makes you all look bad. The Republican Party is damaged enough. You're not helping. Don't bring up Clinton. Don't bring up Obama. You know, it's ridiculous. And to do the old, yeah, well, what about this? You know, it's like, come on, man. Stick to the facts and stick to one story. You can't because I just find it so amazing that people would jump off a cliff for this guy. Like, don't get me started. Seriously, I just, you know, it's a bad situation. It seems like there's been some, God, I hate to say it, like some mind control, but there's some kind of element to that. You know, just the sheer fact of the words that come on, why is he always saying strongly? How many times a day does he say strong? It sinks into people's, you know, it's like him talking about the border, which the border wall isn't getting built, but he keeps talking about it. Keeps talking about, you know, the bad things that can happen if we don't build the wall. You know, he's just taking the person that has the mind that's subject to this and just, he's brainwashing you all. Go watch the fake news. That's the thing that is unbelievable. The newspaper of record, the New York Times, he tells everybody that it's fake news. The New York Times, if they post something, if they write an article and it has a mistake in it, they post a retraction. So they try not to make mistakes. The New York Times is about facts. That's all it's about. It's about facts. Know that. You're being lied to by the president. You are being lied to. I'm not saying that the New York Times can't make a mistake. I'm just saying that it's based around facts. Okay? I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but that's how it is. To prove my point about this, right? What paper does Donald Trump think should get a Pulitzer Prize? The National Enquirer. Do you think the National Enquirer is about facts? No, it's not. It has nothing to do with facts. That is a paper that just puts out fake stories. That's the paper that Donald Trump thinks is a factual paper. Yet the New York Times, it's absurd. It is absolutely absurd. What is this? Is this a cornhole hole? Is that what this is for? I found this. That's a cornhole, right? I think it's a cornhole. Somebody asked me a question about Ginyinton, which a lot of people ask questions about Ginyinton. And the question today was, will I ever do a video with her? I'm pretty sure I could get her to do something using audio. And I might be able to get her to do something where it was video, because no one would really know who Ginyinton is. And Ginyinton, you could not find. No, she won't do video. I know she won't. She'd do audio though, no problem. Ginyinton, if I Googled her whole name, Ginyinton, nothing comes up. Like, I mean, this is a person that is completely off the internet. Her name is like, it's common. It's not I mean, if you're down south. Like, you might have a cousin named Ginyinton. It's a very common name in the south. So, Tin, that's her last name, Ginyinton. But if you type that in, Ginyinton on the Google machine, nothing will come up. You can't find a picture of her. You can find nothing about Ginyinton on the internet. Now, keep in mind, she also doesn't use a smartphone. I'm not saying that she's anti-technology, but I think that she is sort of like, that could blow up in their face. In other words, what I'm saying is she has a landline, okay? And if something happens, like say we have a solar flare, it's real bad. It hits the earth like it did, I think, 1880s or something like that. You know, so there's a real bad solar flare coming towards, you know, like it's a coronal mass ejection coming towards the earth, you know, speeding towards the earth. We don't have a lot of time, so there's nothing really that we can do because the satellites are going to be knocked out. Maybe they could divert some of them, but it's going to knock out just everything pretty much. What are we going to do? We're going to have to use the old phone lines. I don't have one. I don't think my neighbors, I don't think anybody here has one. Maybe they do. I doubt it. I think everybody is on phones now. Like if you have a cell phone, you have a smartphone, why would you need a landline? It's just an extra charge, you know? It's like, it's just more money. The only people I know that have a cell phone and a landline, they're all older, it seems. Like people that are 70. Like they might have a smartphone, but they, you know, they have the landline and that's sort of what they use. It could be a huge problem. It could. I've made the prediction before of the, you know, here comes the coronal mass ejection coming towards planet Earth. I think my gut was saying it was going to happen maybe last year. It could be this year. Okay, it could happen. So I won't be able to call you Ginyinton. I'll just holler. I'll holler. I'll go back to Dixie cups and a string. That's what I tried as a kid, but the distance was too great with the kite string, like going all the way up to Taylor Avenue. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I got like 3 balls of string, and you know, if it's got to go straight and not touch anything too, or it's not gonna work. I don't know what we're gonna do. But you couldn't find Ginyinton. What I'm saying is, if I do a video with Ginyinton, I don't think she might. She said that she would. I know she'll do audio, but you can't find a picture of Ginyinton on the internet. Good luck with that. No, but I got to get an audio with Ginyinton. Is very funny. Ginyinton can do voices, and this is something that I don't know if I realized this as a kid, because I was 16 and I was trying to get down Ginyinton's pants, and that was my greatest concern. So I wasn't really concerned, like, oh, hey, she's actually funny. Although everybody sort of thought that Ginyinton was cool. Like she was, you know, she was she's easygoing. So she was easygoing as a kid. Do you know what I'm saying? It's sort of the same thing. She was a partier, easy to talk to. But I don't think I realized as a kid, wow, that girl, seriously, the girl could do stand-up. It's no exaggeration. Like I noticed it a while back. I'm like, man, I'm listening to her, and she can do all these fucking voices. She was doing Trump the other day. Well, she wasn't doing Trump. What she was doing was I was talking about Trump and the way that he talks, and then she like had it all sort of figured out. Like, talking about his cadence and the words that he used. Like, all she had to do is start using some kind of male voice and some, Trump things like, move your mouth weird. That's Trump. He's always doing that. Like he's going to start sucking on a banana or something. But Ginyinton is funny. She can do, she does it. I started doing this country voice because that's how Ginyinton talks now. Ginyinton's been down south now for a few years, and she talks like this. She's got a pure country twang. And I tell her that, and she just pays me no never mind. I swear to God, if you move down south for 1 year, you're talking like that. For all I know, Ginyinton has a rebel flag on the back of her car. She could... No, she wouldn't. Tonka, here, heel. Sit. Tonka. I want pawpaws. I have plenty of trees. That's for damn sure. I got a lot of trees. We'll get fruit eventually. Got more work to do in my house though. It's gonna rain soon. It's gonna snow soon. I have that sealed up, but I got to do finish work, like the soffit. But I mean, it's all sealed up. So even it's cold right now, but my house is real sealed up now because I didn't want any type of opening. One, because I don't want to kick a tree. I don't want cold air coming in or hot air escaping. And two, a bat could come in and get tangled in my hair. Come back here, there's no place for them to enter my house. Absolutely none, I think. They could come down the chimney, maybe open up the wood burning stove and fly out and attack me. I don't know. They're mammals, so they're smart, and they're blood-sucking mammals, so they're disgusting. That's the truth. Can it hold fruit? Well, it's pretty small. It could pollinate another tree, maybe.